Hey guys, Wagwan, and welcome to A Glimpse into My Life. This is my second time recording this because I did it wrong the first time. So I'm just going to kind of go through all the things that I have picked up on, or most of the things I picked up on throughout the course of year 17 in my life. Let's go. Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers to me, flowers today, flowers today. 1. You can't work for happiness in the future. I have always been one of those people to say that when I get older and after I achieve these things, I will have happiness. Don't do that. Or at least I'm going to try not to do that from what I've learned so far. I might live my whole life with all of my problems, with all of those struggles, and I'm not happy. I'd rather be happy or try to be working towards happiness while I'm going through problems, because if I'm putting off trying to get happy until I achieve them, I won't have any type of motivation to actually do what it is that I need to do to seek said happiness. Number 2, comfort zones are completely okay, but if you step out of it, just keep going. This is something that relates to my YouTube channel. Starting it was way out of my comfort zone, but quickly after starting it, I noticed that I really have a problem getting myself to do certain types of videos. I don't trust myself enough. I don't think I'm capable of um talking about certain topics, editing my content the way I want to. I just have a lot of insecurities when it comes to it. And I'm like, I've already come this far. Why am I going to try and pull myself back even further now? Like, it would have all been for nothing. Number 3, no one owes me anything. That really is just self explanatory. People in our lives are important, I think, and being able to trust somebody to do things for you just because they want to is really nice, but at the end of the day they do not owe you that, and you have to know how to pick up yourself at the end. Number 4, it's okay not to be cordial with people that have hurt you in the past. That's something that I needed to learn, because I've always tried to put myself to be, I'm going to not think badly about this person. I mean, I don't have to live the rest of my life thinking badly about them, but I don't have to try to pretend to not dislike them, because I mean, why wouldn't I? I'm a human being. You've hurt me. I don't need to like you or pretend to. Number 5, maturity is a practice. Joking doesn't mean you're not mature. When I look at people in their early 20s, that would be around a 5-year difference between me, I would always say that they act very much like me and my friends. And to me, that felt like, not that they weren't mature enough, but I was like, how are they that, but still mature? I don't know why I didn't just realize that being loud and having fun with your friends doesn't mean you lack maturity. It doesn't mean you are emotionally immature and you can't take responsibility and accountability for your actions. Number 6, at the end of the day, we're all floating on a rock. Some things are just not that serious. Number 7, you can't put trust in a year. This is something I learned throughout 2020. It was a very hard year for me and it was very emotionally taxing. I had set up for it to be an amazing year for me, and literally 70% of it just did not go to plan. And I was very disappointed because of that. But I needed to accept that the future is just not promised. And if you reach to it, it's not promised to turn out the way that you planned it to. You can't put trust in something like that. Number 8, you can't change the past. I just learned that. Number 9, red flags mean to stop. This can be seen in a relationship sense or just other ways. People use red flags to say that this is something you should take note of and look out for in the future. But genuinely, my mother said it like this to me, and I think I like it better this way. Red, literally, in almost all cases, signifies to cease or to stop. So if we're looking at it in a relationship sense, if you can point out a red flag, better you just leave. Number 10, we are more about creating than finding. I got this from a YouTuber where she stated that human beings are more about creating than finding, and I'd never thought about it in that way before. But I went out and tried some things I don't think I would have normally tried, saying that, this just doesn't interest me. And I found out that I actually liked them. Number 11, stop trying to make people good people. I cannot force a bigot to not be a bigot. I should save my energy and I should save my sanity and just move on. That's something I had to learn because bigots exist in 2021. Can you believe it? Number 12, everything is a sign if you can read it. Every single action that we take, every single second, leads to something else. And little things, because of those decisions, can happen that we completely ignore or completely overlook. And then when it turns out bad in the end, you realize that I should have looked out for that. I should have noticed that this was a sign when it happened. Now, I do not know how to read said signs, but I've learned that everything is a sign. Just look out for it. You try to at least. 13, open your eyes and see the world for what it is. Open your eyes and see life for what it is. And stop trying to fool yourself into false reality. I don't think optimism is bad. I'm not an optimist, just saying that. I don't think optimism is bad, but I do think fooling yourself into believing that things are good or things will turn out good when it's just obvious that it won't, it's just not very smart. Sorry. It's very counterproductive, in my opinion. Let's be frank with ourselves and be honest to ourselves. It will save yourself trouble in the end. That's what I believe, at least. Number 14, the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. There are a lot of things that we have to come to terms with in life, and it may have a not so graceful period where it ends up annoying the hell out of you, upsetting you, and all of that. We have to accept certain things, so let's just pass through that stage so that we can get, to the good part, or at least the part where we're not blindsiding ourselves. Number 15, if you don't stop, your body's going to stop for you. If you don't take a break, your body will take it for you. This was most of 2020 and 2021. So far, my body just shutting down and deciding that it doesn't want to do anything. And I literally can't do anything to stop it. Oh, that's a spoiler for number 16. Number 16, it is possible to bring yourself out of a funk or any type of down period. I only experienced this once, just last week, where I was feeling really down. My body was really tired, and I was able to bring myself out of that. I don't know how. I had tried multiple times to do it because it was going on for like 2 weeks and a half, 2.5 weeks. Yes. And then number 17, the last one, everything about kids is just way more than I thought. From fertility to pregnancy to delivery to actually caring for that child and putting everything that you can into them is way more than I ever thought it was. And I'm not thinking about having kids now, but it is something that I learned throughout the year because it is something that I do want to do in the future. So I think it's better to learn the reality about it now so that I can approach it properly when that time comes. Because I've learned that there's certain trauma, there's certain problems in your childhood that you go through, and the best thing that you can do for a child, for your child, is to acknowledge those and work through them before you have kids, and then figure out the best way that you can provide for your child emotionally, financially, physically, so that they will not go through those same problems that you went through. Um, don't just have kids because the idea of kids is nice, because you've always wanted kids, because you think you're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. Um, have kids, with the intention of raising good, conscious human beings that not are going to be an addition or a fruitful addition to society, as in they make a lot of money and they don't commit crimes, but they're persons that are nice people. Like, we need more of that in this world. That is all. Well, that's most of what I learned throughout the year. If you have anything to comment on, anything that you've learned, and anything you want to say about what I have learned, be free to do so. I'm willing to talk to anybody in the comments. Like, share this video, and subscribe to this channel for more, especially if you've watched a couple of my other videos and you like what you see, because you're here again for some reason. So, thank you. Bye.